So before we go to second seed, there are three main things we're gonna need. Number one, full body HAKI. Number two, saber sword. And number three, observation HAKI. Once we get these three things, we can finally go to the second seed. So without further ado, let's begin. So in order to get full body HAKI, there's actually going to be a couple of steps. So number one is to get a private server. Technically, you don't need this, but if we had a private server, it's going to be much easier to get this done. Alright, so now that we have a private server, the next thing to do is get a sword. Now, we can pretty much go to anybody, but for this, I'm going to go here, and you know what? Let's buy the katana. Alright, so now that we bought the katana, the next thing we have to make sure is that we have a Logia type fruit. And as you guys know, I have a light fruit, which counts as a Logia type fruit because the enemies cannot hit me. Now, so the next thing we have to do is find enemies around my level. Alright, so now that we found enemies that are around our level, we have to make sure that we actually don't have any stat points put into sword. And as you can see, we only are at level 1. Now, this is very important because we have to make sure that we do little damage as possible as we do this, because we don't want them to be killed. We are going to be using the enemies as so we can build up our HAKI, right? So next thing we're gonna do is kill this guy, and we're gonna locate where he spawns just in case we do kill him with the sword. So let's wait a little bit, wait to see where he spawns.
1 hour later.
And there we go. So he spawns a little bit around this area right here. So now that we know where he spawns, what we're gonna do is take out our sword, activate HAKI, and all we're going to be doing is just spam clicking him, right? Now, as you guys can see, I can hit him, he can't hit me. Now, what this does is, since we're actually hitting him with our HAKI, this is going to be able to boost up our HAKI to its second level, its third level, its fourth level. Then ultimately we're going to be able to get full body HAKI, right? Now, the reason why we are using a sword is because we do not get any type of leveling up for our HAKI if we use a devil fruit. Now, I don't know why, but that's just the way things are. So now all we do is just spam click until we see a difference. So now that I set up an auto clicker, as you guys can see, if I go over to the items, it's constantly pressing, and I'm not doing a thing, right? Now that we have the auto clicker set up, we are going to let this run. I don't personally know how long this is going to take, but it could take a long time, right? This is the easiest method to get your HAKI, and this is AFK farming. Getting the HAKI like this is probably the most easiest thing you could possibly do. Now, and another important thing is, just like how we can't use our devil fruit to do this method, we cannot use our abilities for the katana. Literally, all you guys have to do is just spam click or set up an auto clicker like I'm doing and letting it run. Now, all we have to do, like I said, is just wait until we get our full body HAKI. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, now let's see the results. After waiting a couple hours, all I gotta do is press J and turn it back on. Bro, only halfway? Alright guys, after 12 hours of waiting, let's see if we finally got full body HAKI. 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir!
Yeah, boy.
Look at this, guys. Full body HAKI achieved. There we go. Full body HAKI check. Now let's go get that saber sword. Actually, guys, real quick, before we go off and get the saber, let's go over the steps to how to get full body HAKI as fast as you can. So number 1, get a private server. Number 2, get a sword or anything you have no stat points in. Number 3, make sure you are around your enemy's level and make sure you find out where they spawn. Number 4, set up an auto clicker. And number 5, stay in the lobby for a while, right? Make sure your PC doesn't turn off, or whatever you use, make sure it doesn't turn off on you while you're hitting the guy. For me, it took a whole night to get it done, so it should should roughly take you guys around the same time. So let it run for one whole night, and when you guys wake up in the morning, you guys should have full body HAKI. All right, so let's go off and get the saber sword. And now in order for us to get the saber sword, what we have to do is a 3-part puzzle. The first part of the puzzle leaves us at the jungle. What we have to do is activate all the green buttons across the jungle map, right? Without further ado, let's do this. So this is button number 1. Over here is going to be button number 2. Over on top of here is going to be button number 3. And over here is going to be button number 4. And over here is button number 5. So now that we activated all the tiles, what we have to do now is go down here, all the way down here, if I can fit through. Get this torch. So guys, now that we got the torch, what we have to do now is go to the desert so we can start the second part of this puzzle. So without further ado, let's go. Alright guys, so now that we're at the desert, what we have to do now is enter this building over here, go down the stairs, use our torch that we just received to burn up these curtains, and once it's burnt, we have to pick up this cup. Now for the next part, what we have to do is go over to the frozen village. Now that we're at the frozen village, we have to go to where the ability teacher is located, so we have to enter this cave. Now that we're here, we have to go over to this little dripping icicle right here, make sure that we land to get a couple drops, and now we have to go up here into the actual village itself and give it to the sick man. Now that we gave the cup to the sick man, now we have to go to the pirate village to activate the next part of this puzzle. All right, guys, now that we're over at Pirate Island, Pirate Village, we have to find the rich man. Now that we found the rich man, what we have to do now is talk to him. He's gonna say some of that stuff. Now what we have to do is go over and kill a mob leader that's on a secret island. So let's go look for that secret island. So now that we found the island, we have to go inside and kill this guy right here. Shouldn't be too hard for us. Now that he's dead, let's go right back and talk to the rich man. Now once we go over to talk to the rich man, click to interact. Once we talk to him, he's going to give us a relic. This relic is going to help us finish up this puzzle. So guys, once we get the relic, we're gonna come all the way back to the jungle, and now all we have to do is place the relic right here. Now guys, all we have to do is fight Shanks, and hopefully he will drop us the saber sword. Let's get him. Alright guys, now he is just about almost dead. And as you guys can see, he has dropped the saber sword. Now let's go and check this out. Oh, this one looks nice. Way better than the katana. Let's do a comparison. Here's how the katana looks. Basic katana. And here is how the saber looks. In my opinion, it looks much better. I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? In my opinion, I think I like the saber more. Now, one of the reasons for us getting the saber sword is because now we can actually unlock observation HAKI. With observation HAKI, we can dodge pretty much any attack thrown at us, right? So, where observation HAKI is located, we have to go back up to the Sky Islands. And once we're there, I'll show you guys where you gotta go next. Alright guys, now that we're at the Sky Islands, let's destroy this area right here. Now all we have to do is go over to the pyramid that is over there. Now let's climb all the way up here. Now we can talk to the instinct teacher, or Usopp, whoever you want to call it. Let's talk to him. Do I want to learn instinct? Sense the presence of others and dodging attacks. Your instinct will be weak at first, allowing you to dodge twice and having a small range of sense, but through constant dodging you'll be able to train it and gain a maximum of 8 dodges as well as an extended range vision. And now guys, for observation HAKI is going to cost roughly 650,000. Let's learn this, and now all we have to do is press E to activate it. So let's go down here and test it out for ourselves. So let's get this guy right here. Let's press E. But as you guys can see, he's actually highlighted. So that's how you know the observation HAKI is working. Let's just kill this guy. Get him out of here. Alright guys, so now that we have full body HAKI, the saber sword, and observation HAKI, I feel like now we can actually start to go to the second sea. So without further ado, let's go right into it. Alright guys, we are now in the second sea. So the second part of the grind starts now. But I'm gonna leave that for another video. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys liked it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.